Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, Magic Fan. How's everyone doing? I'm just setting up my other stuff here. We're gonna do some Magic gameplay and chat and such. I just need to finish setting myself up here, starting a little bit later than other times. But we'll still do some streaming, just getting my hands on all of this setup. There we go. I think it's all good. My settings and such. Gotta get my chat over here. I think I got that. So many windows to work with. Getting notifications. What was that notification? There was a beep somewhere about something. Oh, over at that other one over there. So, yep. So many. So many pop-ups and such, but we'll get started. We'll get started in like right now. Put the game on over here. I think I've got all of my screens and all of my windows properly set up. There we go. I think that will work right there. So I'm trying out, hey, how's it going everyone? So I'm trying out the historic Liliana Planeswalker deck as I do my Planeswalker upgrade videos. Got a brand new Planeswalker upgrade video coming out on Monday. Haven't recorded it yet. The last one came out, which was Chandra. And I'm still beta testing this deck. And what better way to test it than by actually putting it in the putting it through its paces on the ladder. We'll try it over here. I'm currently gold at this moment. And we're gonna see how that goes. How's everyone doing? Having fun in the sun today? I did a bunch of cooking. Been doing a lot of cooking recently. Just a little while ago I was doing some pork chops in a thyme lime sauce. Okay, so one of the things that I have in this deck is Black Cat. Don't let it cross your path, because when the Black Cat dies, the opponent must discard a card at random. You probably want to get rid of that as soon as possible, and they'll probably rage quit after this because it's their best creature, of course. There we go. So the big idea with the with this deck is that it's zombies, just lots of zombies. And we've got, it's mostly zombies, but then there's like Liliana's devotee, who is an honorary zombie. The Black Cat, of course, is cool. Doomed Necromancer. What does that do? Sacrifice it, return a card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So there's already something good in the battlefield, right? The Artisan, I guess. So we'll have to wait for... We'll have to wait for them to summon it, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to let their... they're going to let their Doomed Necromancer bring back something good from the graveyard, but then I will have my own spell ready for it. Yeah, they are completely preparing for something amazing. So many Ashioks. So many Ashioks. Okay, here they go. They're going to get that Doom Necromancer. They're going to bring back their Fiend. And we'll put it right back in the graveyard. Hey, Stevie, how's it going? Thank you for coming to join up. We've got some gameplay. I just started right now. I started a little bit later than usual. And my opponent, we're both doing like zombies versus zombies, apparently. And we're both kind of struggling with land, but I'm setting myself up here with a lot of blockers, and I have the black cat in my... Look at this cat right here in my deck, this black cat. Uh-oh, they're going to bring something back amazing from the graveyard. I'm going to bring back one more. Okay, so all I need is one more land, and that is one more land, so they will probably rage quit at this point because they brought back another 6/6 from the graveyard, but I kill it right away. So what do I need? I need one more land, so we'll keep it like this. Okay, so I'll attack with this 2/1, and if they don't read it, okay, they're not reading it. And that randomly they drop all of that, and Endray's Forerunners was randomly thrown away from their hand. Well, then never mind, they can bring it back to life with that Unburial Rites. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So everything gets +4. Sure, you can do that if you want. But then I've got ways to block here as well. Yeah, you got Trample, but... So what else here? I suppose... Just want to wreck that. Go get our Liliana Planeswalker. And hopefully they don't have one final card in hand. Hopefully they don't have one more Forerunner. Or one more Return from the Graveyard. What's their final card? Good, nothing. And I missed the land. Okay, well, let's set up... Yeah, I will keep it safe here. I'll keep attacking like this, and then once they get their amazing creature, it's totally close, isn't it? Okay, so I guess I'll cycle this away, even though it's not really going to do anything. So that's a pretty fun card there, that if I've got a bunch of zombies, it deals damage. There we go. So I can get my Planeswalker, but instead I play a little bit safe, I think. Luckicide is the opponent, and they're playing. Hey there, Toad Boy, how you doing? Uh-oh, I just got a Zetalpa, which is indestructible. So I don't think I am going to survive that. I don't have any exile, so I guess that's game over for me. Let's cycle this away. Do we get anything good? Nothing good. Okay. So the only thing I can do here, I'm going to get 8 damage in the air. The only thing I can do, cannot destroy, that destroys a creature. Return, can I return something good from my graveyard? Nothing good. Yep, they top decked into an amazing Zetalpa, and this deck is pretty much just commons and uncommons, so I don't have any rare exile cards. I'm doing zombies. I'm doing the Liliana. How are you doing there, Toad Boy? So I'm doing the Liliana Planeswalker upgrade. When we sideboard, I'll have an answer. I don't have an answer at all for Zetalpa at the moment. So what's the best way for me to go out in a rage of glory? Let's just bring out a Grey Merchant. That won't save me. That'll keep me alive one more turn. Yeah, they're gonna double strike me with 4 in the air, and I have 1 life left. And that has Vigilance, double strike, all that amazing stuff. So how about If I price of fame, nah. Well, if that was another gray merchant, that would have been nice, but I don't have any gray merchants, so guess we'll bring out Liliana. Okay, we're just waiting for round 2. Let's just go like this. They're obviously going to block that 3-4. And then 2 damage there. And then destroy... I can't destroy that creature, but then they lose 2 life. And then we'll do 1 more price of fame on that for no reason. And we don't need any of this. So there we go. We'll go into round 2 after I sideboard here. Now, I do have something for the sideboard of an indestructible creature. Got it right here in my sideboard. Farika's Libation. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. So that'll work there. Okay, so Agonizing Remorse to look at their hand, of course. Farika's Libation to get rid of their indestructible creature, of course. Besides that, Tormod's Crypt is going to be great for wrecking their graveyard. So that means I'm going to change my strategy here, that I'm going to take out my Giant, Polluter, that's just 2 mana on that. Got a lot of removal in this deck. Some might say too much. I wouldn't. But, okay. I'm going to... gotta cut 7 cards. I am going to... oh, sorry, there we go. I saw what you're streaming. Yes, thank you for that, for coming over there, jumping on the stream right there. Got a lot of people in the stream. Welcome, welcome. How are you all doing? Got any questions for the resident herpetologist? If you haven't seen his video, you gotta go check it out. We're all waiting for episode 2. But, okay, think. So, gotta subtract 5. What do we want to do with 5? I guess we don't need as many of these devotees. Yeah, I'm gonna keep so much of this. I'm gonna go with 61 cards. I know it's blasphemy, I'm sorry everyone. I'm playing with 61 cards, but we'll be okay. But, okay, let's see what we get with this opponent. Okay, play first. Perfect. I'll be able to Agonizing Remorse whatever I want. Murder, Price of Fame. There's just so many kill spells in this deck. There's 2 things. There's a lot of kill spells in the deck to keep them at bay. Hey Gabe, how you doing? I saw you right there as well. We're playing this zombie deck, this Liliana. I'm doing the Liliana Planeswalker deck. And... uh-oh. No. I'm doing the Liliana Planeswalker deck upgrade. And this is the historic build that I am beta testing. Let's see, what can we wreck right here? Ooh, Unburial Rites, of course. That's the main thing they wanted. We've also got to get rid of that Obsessive Stitcher, because that can bring stuff back from the graveyard. So clearly right there, they want to put stuff into the graveyard. It's a Black Cat. Okay, Black Cat. If they further attack, the Black Cat gets killed, and then they get bad luck, and then randomly something gets... yeah, reading the card explains the card. So you get to randomly drop your Mire Triton, okay. Ooh, and you drop that one as well. So there we go. 3rd turn, wreck that. Their whole hand is wrecked, and now it's just up to us to start to build. Yeah, exactly. The opponent is flailing a bit, so time to do a little card draw. Get a blocker over here. Sure, we'll trade. More stuff goes to their graveyard, then I'll have a Price of Fame ready for when we bring something back from the graveyard. Ooh, Unburial Rites, okay. Hey there, Mark, how are you doing? Welcome! We're trying to get some zombie action going on over here with the Liliana Planeswalker deck. And after I sideboarded in more amazing stuff, the things are on my side, maybe. Yeah, the opponent's just trying to put amazing stuff in their graveyard. Please let me get my Tormod's Crypt, because then they will rage quit after that. Oh, they're gonna get something from the... Ooh, they got an Endraze Forerunner. Sure. You can do that, but I got Death Touch, so that's a thing. I guess we'll bring in some Garys now. Get a little life back. Triton, sure. Yeah, my opponent is definitely doing the let's fill the graveyard to do amazing stuff. If I get my Tormod's Crypt, that will be amazing. So what I could do is I could bring out another Grey Merchant. The best minions know that you need without you ever saying a thing. Liliana Vess. So I could bring out another Grey Merchant to gain a little bit more life, but then I won't have a spell ready for when they summon something back. That assumes they will top deck something amazing. Let's just build up some more Grey Merchant action over here. Hopefully they don't top deck some sort of Great Reanimator spell. No, they're not. 2 damage goes through. That's a land. Okay. Tormod's Crypt. Okay. So, this is what we need to make them rage quit. I cast the Tormod's Crypt and delete their graveyard. However, they have a disenchant in hand. This is so Magic 1994, isn't it? So, I'm pretty sure I could play the Tormod's Crypt. They will snap disenchant it. I then respond with cracking it. So I think we'll be okay. First, we'll do that. Then we'll do that. Then we'll do that. And will they wreck it? They're gonna wreck it? In response, I wreck your graveyard. Oh, that's gotta hurt. You had so much good stuff in the graveyard. And they top decked. They top decked a land, a shock land to go out on their own recognizance. Alright, this is it. Game 3 of 3. The Tormod's Crypt completely wrecked them. Agonizing Remorse also did good. What else? All my removal, all my Grey Merchants. Gem Palm Polluter didn't really do much. Maybe put in a Meteor Golem instead? Yeah, the Gem Palm Polluter is supposed to deal damage to them as I have zombies. But I think because I've decreased the number of zombies, I think it's going to be better to get this Meteor Golems in here just in case I need to wreck something. So, let's see. Come on everyone, send me all your power. Let's see if we can get this one. Third. Best of 3. Ooh, this is amazing. No lands! But don't worry, I don't need any lands. I've got a 0 casting card Tormod's Crypt, so I obviously keep this hand, right? Oh man. I have the Farika's Libation, which would let me destroy their indestructible creature. I've got the Agonizing Remorse, which would let me look at their hand. I've got the Tormod's Crypt. This hand is amazing. It just needs lands. Okay, we got a mulligan, I guess. And we get our second no-lander. Even though this looks horrific, I kind of want to keep it, because all I need is one land. Then I got the Foulmire Knight, which is a Death Touch creature, I guess. It's not gonna do anything. Okay, one more mulligan. I've still got to drop down to 2 here, so I guess... Yeah, guess. 2 lands, two opening hands with no lands. That's pretty amazing, right? what I'll do is I'll hold off to get the Foulmire to do the card draw ability on turn 3. And by that time, they've already done a bunch of amazing stuff. They have to flash back for 4 mana. The problem here, of course, is they're not missing any land drops at all. They have that. They already have their Forerunner to bring back from the graveyard, so they're also going to Unburial Rights it, so we gotta wait. They're either going to Unburial Right Endray's Forerunners, or Doom Necromancer it. There we go, they're going to Doom Necromancer it. That's acceptable. Oh, they're going to Ulamog. I didn't even see there was an Ulamog. Okay, well everyone, GG on that. So getting 2 opening hands with no lands, and then randomly put their Ulamog in the graveyard. I kind of feel like playing my own Ulamog deck. We'll come back to Liliana in a moment. Here's my Ulamog deck. Mono White Ulamog. On my latest episode of the podcast, the audio one, I revealed this deck. And so it's basically ramp into as much mana as possible. Summon Ulamog. There's 4 of them in the deck. Or Ugin. I got both Ugins in there. Little Ugin helps Big Ugin. Everything is colorless. Susie Banshee is the opponent. Nice. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so this deck is just trying to... There's opening hand Ulamog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They go first. Okay. So this is a historic... Just get insane amounts of mana. I had a green version that I've shown before, and I've got a white version because the green version didn't have any interaction. It was simply, let's get as much mana as possible, ignoring the opponent. But sometimes the opponent is aggro, and therefore I need removal. So I have like Shatter the Sky and stuff. In this deck. So the mono green was just get as much mana as possible, but the mono white also has creature removal, so my opponent's timer is a little bit off. There's a bug in Arena. Look at how that timer is just off in the weird way right there. Alright, so the opponent is going to do Rakdos Sacrifice, plus green, I guess. So what do we want to do? If I bring out my Palladium Mirror, that will get sacrificed. So 3rd turn Power Shard, and I've got 2 mana. That's a good one. Okay, bring in a Power Shard. Then bring in a Guardian Idol. That's 3, 4, 5, 6 mana in total. 7 Palladium Mirror. I'm gonna get very, 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 very close to Ulamog, but it probably will take out my mirror. They're looking at all my lands and they're saying, what are they trying to build with so much mana? Called in Familiar, yep. Goose, sure. Okay, I think what I need to do here is... I'm just gonna keep ramping. I'll probably... That mirror will probably die. They will probably use the priest to destroy their 2 stuff, and then my mirror's dead. So how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 mana, but again, they've got their priest. Yeah, they're gonna do their priest, so I have to sacrifice my own thing right here. Now what I could do is bring to life. Let me bring to life actually my idol. And let me sacrifice my idol, because then my mirror will give me double mana. Okay. Sure. There we go, sacrifice a creature. Alright, this is still all happening on my turn, ladies and gentlemen. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 mana. If I get 1 more mana, we'll be in business. Okay, I cannot stand that, because then they're just going to sacrifice it. They had the full combo there, so I'm not even going to waste my time on that. They're going to attack me with my own thing, and then they're going to sacrifice my own thing, so I'm not... I hate that so much, I'm not even going to bother on that. Okay, Susie Banshee, you've got your combo running. Well, the opponent takes 10 years to do their next match over here. How's everyone doing? Where's my book of questions? I guess it's in the other room. Did I show this to people? I was at my local comic shop a month ago or something, and I bought this cutie honey notepad. Let me see if it gets focused. Did I ever show this? Anyone remember if I ever showed this? This is the cutie honey. What's his name? The creator of Cutie Honey. Anyway, this is he created this like really cute character, but then he also created another one called Devilman. So that's funny. I'm trying to remember who created. Who created Cutie Honey? Go Nagai, that's his name. Go Nagai. Back in the 70s or way back in the 60s. When did he create Cutie Honey? Anyway, she is like a multi-talented character that can transform into a variety of other characters, and she's like this superhero kind of character. She's had manga and anime throughout the decades, and pretty fun character. Yeah, my opponent has spent 25 minutes so far doing nothing. Not 25 minutes, but down to 25 minutes. And I've only used 28 minutes of the game clock, and they've used 25 minutes. Amazing. So what's everyone's favorite card so far on that exists in Arena? So many good cards to choose from, of course, but everyone go ahead and chime in. What's your favorite card in Arena at the moment? After they added Jumpstart, there's like 500 new cards. The red deck. The Which one? Is it one that you've played or that's kind of famous at the moment, or which red deck? There's plenty to choose from. Okay, so I'll have my Shatter the Sky right there in case they start to build their board presence, so that's good. This hand is way slower than I wanted it to be. I definitely have like a turn 2 play, turn 3. I have several turn 2 plays, but here we're stuck on turn 3 play, so what are they gonna bring with that Shockland? Stitcher Supplier, no big deal. Cat Oven, ooh, they got their amazing combo ready to go. So let's see if we can ramp well. Power Stone Shard is kind of an unsung mana rock. It gives you 1 mana for every for every one of these on the battlefield. So probably I would like to put out my Hedron Archive, but I think I've got to Shatter the Sky. That'll give me 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's barely 7. So I'm going to Shatter the Sky. They're going to probably... yeah, we just got to do it. This has not been very good. Cards on our end over here. So they're going to leave it on top. It's something good. They're going to shatter, but then they're going to... let's see if they're dumb enough to bring the cat back right away, or wait for the shatter to happen. Okay, at least they got that. So, next... yep, the opponent is extremely slow player. I gotta call a judge over here. Is anyone there in the chat there is anyone in the chat a judge that you can tell this person to speed up their gameplay? Because in the real world, they would have already been disqualified right from such slow gameplay violations. So what do we want to do here? I guess we got to bring out that Hedron Archive as soon as possible, and then, well, they should have waited to wreck my, my Hedron Archive, so then they can still do all of that. You need to catch up on your card collection. You haven't bought anything since you hang out. It was before March. It was, when was like the last day of the club? February? Something like that? Was it like one of the first weeks of, or March? Because I know that like March 13th, that Friday the 13th, I do remember that that was the one of the last times. Friday the 13th was like the very last time that well, if I look at the calendar, the last time that I know that I was on campus was that Monday. And we've got March 13th was a Friday, so March 9th, I guess, was the last time, maybe. Okay, so we'll shatter this one more time. So there's a big tournament going on this there's a big Magic tournament going on this weekend. Is everyone still there in the chat? I just got a network error on Arena. Is the chat still live, or is it just Arena that crashed? Can you still see me in the stream? You're still there. Okay, yeah, my Arena crashed, so great. Let's close that for a while, and then let's change subject for a moment, because I'm not feeling it at the moment. So eventually when that loads up, I guess, because if I try to get back into Arena right now, I've already lost the turn and the network connection and all of that, so we'll just wait for it to kick me out. Let's change subjects and go over here to look at what the latest full Double Masters is coming out sometime, and not on Arena, unfortunately. But there's a lot of new cards for Double Masters, 384 new cards. Just out of curiosity, what are the most valuable ones? The ones that people will... What are the ones that people will sell a kidney for? Force of Will? Well, at least it's a good thing, and at least it's not the Therese Nielsen art. But the most valuable one right now, how much does that cost anyway? How much do people want for that? Okay, so apparently the full art, full extended, non-foil, I guess, Force of Will in the new set, this claims to already say this is $360. Yeah, Force of Will is always an expensive card, but here's a brand new art, Scott Fisher, full border, or full art borderless, $360. Let's zoom in actually. Can you see that? Let's zoom in. Then we've got Mana Crypt with the alternate. I don't like this Mana Crypt art, unfortunately. Ron Spencer. So they got a lot of the classic... for this alternate art, they got a lot of the classic artists to do art again, so it's really cool. However, I don't like what this... I don't understand this at all. There's like a bunch of people trying to crawl into a Mana Crypt, and one of them's being blasted back, I guess? I don't know, I just think this art's really weird. But it's $199. Hopefully you get one mind. Is that Jace the mind? Yeah, Jace right there. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. So $148. Now, these are only with the buy a box. These, I believe, these full art ones are only part of the buy a box. So if you're buying the box at your local shop, then you have the chance of getting one of them. We've got an Avacyn, $149. Amazing art. That is by Randy Vargas. Jason Chan over here. Sword of Body and Mind. Feast and Famine. Light and Shadow. Chrome Mox is back. I don't see where the Mox actually is. It looks like a cool robot character, but okay. $115. Karn Liberated with classic Mark Tedin art. Which sets have you missed? We'll look at that one moment. That's a good point. Doubling Season, really cute. Ron Spencer, Blade Steel, I like that art. Atraxa, brand new Atraxa. Kev Walker art. Doesn't look like Kev Walker art. Usually his is like a little cuter. Kalia, Scott Fisher, Thoughtseize is pretty epic. Mana Crypt. Toxic Deluge. Who did that? That's cool. Richard Kane Ferguson. Oh, look at that. Richard Kane Ferguson, one of my most favorite artists from back in the day. I don't feel it's Richard Kane Ferguson enough, but he was doing magic art back literally 27 years ago, so styles change. But let's do a little digression to look at some classic Richard Kane Ferguson art. We'll look at it this way in sorted by release date. descending. Ascending. There we go. Classic. Look at that old art. Dakon Blackblade, Hazazon Tamar, Jasmine Boreal. Amazing. How expensive is Dakon Blackblade? I kind of want to get one. Did they ever reprint it? Yeah, they reprinted it in Chronicles. Oh, so I do have one anyway. But oh, it's $34 on Legends, so never mind. But Casimir the Lone Wolf, Livonia Silo, Nebuchadnezzar. I use that one on my vintage commander deck. Ramses Overdark. Look at this amazing classic Ferguson art. And then even in this other stuff for like Fallen Empires. Basal Thrall. I love that Basal Thrall art. Mind Stab Thrall art. Turok's Chant. Elvish Farmer. Beautiful classic art. Icequake. I gotta put a bunch of those in my vintage commander deck. There's a certain player there that plays so much lands matter stuff, especially with their Field of the Dead, so I need Icequake in that deck. I haven't seen these cards in a while, yeah. Even though I don't feel like I see them that often, it's still have them somewhere. Yeah, I feel like I could just reach right over here. Literally, yeah, I do have them right over there. I do have them literally right over there somewhere, those old sets. So, Arcane Denial, remember that one? You're gonna counterspell your opponent, but you all draw cards. Misinformation, look at that art, it's so amazing. Right there, that is art that I need on my wall. My friends make fun of me that I have like nothing on my walls. My walls are just like a gray color, I guess. Well, in here it's more greenish, but the rest of my house, it's like I never put anything on the walls for whatever reason. And my friends say that your house is so barren, and I'm like, yeah, but like I don't want to nail into the wall and keep it straight and everything. But this, I would definitely put in my, I would definitely put it in my on my walls. Boomerang, yeah. Return target permanent to owner's hand, so amazing to return their land back to their hand or anything like that. You used to use it a lot. Yes, so good. When was that last printed? 9th edition. Ooh, look at that Legends version. Brian Snowdy. Yeah, so that Red Devil getting sent back, then the Mirage version, Ferguson art, amazing. There's like a cute little like panther or something at the bottom also running. 5th edition was this weird creature guy. 6th edition was Kane. We got some Rebecca Gay art over here in 7th edition. 8th edition, yeah, so if you want the most unique art, you've got to go over to the 7th edition printing. Okay, let's get back to some gameplay. I'll probably take a quick bathroom break. Actually, let me start Arena up again, and I'm sure it's going to... I bet you that as soon as I start up Arena, it's going to do this weird freak out where it's like you were in the middle of a game, and then... Let's see what happens here. So it's loading up. Reticulating splines. Loading initial scene. Waiting for server. No, okay, it took me back over here. Okay, so let's take a little break. And when we come back, maybe we'll do some drafting. You have the 5 Legends Boomerangs somewhere from Original Legends. Very nice. Let's take a little break. And maybe we'll play some Dominaria draft. Everyone says, hey, Dominaria, I remember that old vintage set. So we'll take a little break. 5 minutes maybe at the most. And we'll be back in just a bit. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Well, let's see if we can change our luck and do a little bit of Premier Draft. BRB. Alright everyone, we are back. Let's do some more gameplay and such, but before that I found the book of questions, so let's throw out a question. Today's question of the day. Feel free to answer. What is today? Oh yeah, today's August 1st in my neck of the woods, so today's question is, do you need a cold shower? Now, obviously, depending how old you are, that has multiple meanings. Do I need a cold shower? No, not today, actually. So that's, that's today's question of the day, so that's kind of funny. We've had a variety of questions throughout this, year of questions journal book thing, and some of them have been whimsical, and a few have been serious, and some of them have been WTH. So this one is today's question, so answer it honestly. Let's see what yesterday's was. You love a warm bath and or shower. Well, this one's specifically talking about a cold shower, so that's that one. Yesterday's question on the last day of the month was, this one would be interesting in different times of the year, or in a different year completely, not the year 2020. Here's yesterday's question. Today, were you a wallflower or a social butterfly? So, a wallflower is, someone that isn't very active with other people, and a social butterfly is someone that flits around from people to people. Obviously, here in the US, at the moment, this question is moot. We can't really answer this one correctly nowadays. But if this was in the before times, back in the old days, January 2020, then that would be a different sort of answer. 4 months ago, you were a social butterfly, and now you're a wallflower. Yep, we've all evolved or devolved in that way, definitely. Yep, so those were the two recent questions. And maybe we'll bring up a few more in a bit. Maybe also show some drawings and such after we do a little bit of gameplay. I also got a couple of comic books to kind of show off. So back to the game over here. I'm going to do some draft, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one quick jump start just because I want to get those lands. You had visitors today. Ooh, very nice. How did that go? Did they see the baby and everything, and had a nice time and such? So I'm going to play Jumpstart just to get some new lands. I'm trying to get those cool lands from Jumpstart. So we'll get the lands and maybe play one, and if we win, great. If not, then I'll switch. Then after that, we'll do some draft. Probably Dominaria draft because it's a flashback draft. But that's the plan. So let's do a Jumpstart. And let's grab, okay, so I already have that land, already have that land. Okay, well, let's see if we get anything good here. Don't have that one yet, don't have that one. These are all pretty cool. Which one should we pick? VMC crew. If you didn't know, you're all part of the VMC crew, but which one should we pick? Should we go with spirits with that pretty cool island right there? Like it's kind of like emanating spirits, I guess. Or should we go with this really cool red mountain that has like fire all over the place? Or should we go with minotaurs? That's also a pretty cool minotaur land. So we've got one vote for spirits. One vote for spells. You mean this red one here? So we got who's gonna break the tie? I kind of want to go with minotaurs, so that's a three-way tie there. But what does everyone in the chat think so far right there? We need Gabe's vote. We need Toad Boy's vote. Which one? And who else is hanging out in the chat? We need your votes. Just like in real life, your vote matters. Which one should we go for? The island this fiery mountain or this stately mountain, which I guess it's a mountain, but it's also like a citadel or something. So which one will we get? Probably, if we don't get the third tiebreaker, we'll probably go with Minotaurs. Just out of curiosity, what is the... what are the rarities of these? So if we look at the blue deck, spirits are rare, so spirits would have some cool stuff, I guess. Then the spell casting is... spellcasting is common, and then Minotaurs is also rare. So what does Minotaurs have? A bunch of Minotaurs. Maybe I want to make some Minotaur tribal. You know, I'm gonna go with the Minotaurs, because that will give you a Minotaur commander, and that might be fun to make a Minotaur brawl deck at some point. So I'm gonna go with Minotaurs. We went with Vampires, Minotaurs. Well, I guess we got Veto in here as well. I think I already have a Veto, but okay, we'll play this a little bit. I mostly wanted to see, rolling the dice to see about getting some lands. A lot of really nice lands in Jumpstart. So then, after that, we'll do the draft. Alright, we got the Moor. And Soulseer. Even the Soulseer has a Minotaur on the art, so that's cool. Theater Gnome is the opponent. As for myself, start to set up some prowess. Blood-sucking Minotaurs. I think that's got to be someone's nightmare, right? That one's got reach. Minotaur sure shot. Seems like it was first printed in like Hour of Devastation. Aw, man, getting eliminated already. Fine. So the opponent has this really scary swamp right here. Anatomically, though, I do have to say, I think, there's everyone's a better artist than me, but I think that hand doesn't look right. Look at how my hand looks. See how there's that gap right there in the thumb, and then I think that one, it almost looks like it's two hands coming together like this, because I just don't feel there's a separation of the thumb. But it does look really cool, but nitpicking. Okay, so I guess what we gotta do is torch their Strider, but then they will scry one with their goat. I'll show this picture later with my cat. His paw got stuck on the his paw got stuck in the cat tree. He was clawing at it, and then sometimes when their paws get stuck, and then of course he's like, don't take photos, rescue me. Okay. I guess the opponent's all about... That was my amazing card right there, so okay. So the opponent is all about wreck me. Well, if you want to wreck my creature, I'll do it myself. Agonizing Remorse. So at least that will bring me back to life. Every time I see this blood-bound vampire, it makes me think of Vampire Hexmage, but it's a completely different card and everything. Hands and noses are hard to draw, definitely. Yeah, this opponent has an amazing deck, so at least they're down to one card, so let's see if we can get a little bit further along. What final cards do they have in hand? I guess they probably, yeah, they have enough to bring back to life their Woe Strider. Yeah, they're going to escape that, so comes back as a 5/4. You should probably attack with both and then sacrifice one, the one that I block. That's what I would do. Alright, well, use my Minotaur Enabler, but there's no more Minotaurs. Well, their graveyard is empty. I'm gonna have to double block that 5/4. Hopefully they don't top deck anything great. They've had everything great so far up to this point. Jace Puppet is freaking out over here. Weird, okay. They probably have some cool combat trick that will wreck me. I guess not. So, like, surely they won't. I'll attack with a 5/4. Surely they won't double block. So that's a big white. Yeah, my hand's totally out of steam. Well, I'm gonna have to play defensively right here. That gives me a +3 and first strike, so I guess if they attack with that white, if they don't have one more kill spell. You drew an evil-looking Goku. I think I saw. I think you posted it on the Discord. There was a lot of like black magic, not magic, but black. What do you call it? A lot of black energy and such. I'm just holding off, waiting for something amazing. They're going to rise again on that, okay. They seem to have chosen a very strong deck. If they attack with everything, I can block that Chupacabra. That'll bide me a little time. But instead, they'll do that. Yeah, the opponent's deck is amazing. Very, very amazing. Like I said, I just wanted to get these lands, so let's switch over to some other gameplay. Let's try this Dominaria draft that I... 10,000 for that. Are you... Interesting. I guess we'll go with gems. Is this best of one? Thanks for sharing that art right there. Pretty epic. Let's pull it up. Well, I'll pull it up one moment. Let's just see who is... you're good at Dominaria? Okay, I'll probably have to rely on you. I haven't played it in a little while, and I haven't checked any sort of deck guides or whatever. We'll just play. Who else is playing? Okay. Siege Gang Commander makes goblins. Chainer's Torment makes a huge XX creature. Untamed Kavu can come in as a 5/5 for 5 and Vigilance and Trample. Adelize, if you make the deck all around her, she's amazing. Excavation Elephant returns an artifact. Coldwater Snapper, 4/5 hexproof. Skirk Prospector to summon more goblins. Red-green was good in that format. Yavamaya Shepherd makes Sapperlings, Animus, +1 counter, if it's legendary. Okay, so red-green maybe? We have the Siege Gang Commander, which makes a bunch of goblins. And then the Kavu. Yeah, it's going to auto-select already that anyway for us. Waited a little too long, but that's okay. Let's see, what else do we have? Ruinous Blast. Settle the score. Adventurous Impulse lets you get a creature or a land. Migration makes a bunch of 1/1s. Yargle, it's a 9/3. On Sarah's Wings. Arbor Armament, Fervent Strike. Grow from the Ashes, Seismic Shift. So, Shivan Fire. Looks like people are passing pretty easily over. So they have a game plan. Look at that Fire Elemental and we can probably ramp into it pretty well. Frenzied, yeah, I got that Fire Elemental definitely at the top end. And with Grow from the Ashes and other things, we can ramp into it, I hope. What happened to the music? The Champion of Flame could be cool with a bunch of enchantments onto it. Let me check here. What happened to the music? Next. There we go. So who else is on the table over here? We've got Sternenlock, Felfen, Magic Player 327416, Yin Yang, Maelstrom, Sin, and Bowie Bulge. So we've got an Elspeth, a Teferi, a Dovin and Ugin, a Johnny, Jace, and Gideon, and a Vivian. It's another Fire Elemental. Now that Broken Bond, there's a bunch of enchantments that exist, and then you play an extra land card. And that could help to ramp into the elemental. The elemental, everyone's going to take the elemental. I mean, I think there's going to be enough elementals, so we'll do the bond. Prospector, so this came back. There's that adventurous impulse. So when I got back into Magic in 2017, the set that had just come out was Hour of Devastation. And I was picking up the packs at Target. Then Ixalan block was the first set that had come out after I got back into Magic, so I have that nostalgia. They had flashback Ixalan block draft 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure why I didn't play it. I don't remember. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember if it was available when we were streaming. I just don't remember playing it. So, or playing it during this flashback time. That might have been fun to try some Ixalan. Discard your hand, draw 2 cards, double damage. Killed an Overseer, 3/1 haste, or kick it. Animus, I don't really have any legendary things going on for that to do its thing, although it'll still fight. Primordial Worm. Do I want a huge worm? I will take this Arbor Armament. And we'll go with this Animus. Get another fire. Ooh, there's a legendary Marwyn. Sarah Angel. Someone's gonna get a Sarah Angel. Baloth Gorger. I gotta be on the lookout for elves. Cyclops. If it gets double blocked, it becomes a 2/4. How many other wizards do I have? I have one Gitu Journey Mage. Lich's Mastery's got some epic art, definitely. I think this is supposed to be Liliana's brother after he was turned. No, I guess not, because... Well, yeah, maybe, because I thought in the lore of it all that he... in the lore of it all, the... she accidentally, like, poisoned him or whatever. See, there's that fire elemental. Got back to the Flame of Keld. Memorial to War. no one's paying up these broken bonds. Probably won't keep as many, but I only seem to have 7 creatures in total, so I guess on the next pack I've got to step that up a bit. I'm going to need 8 or 9 creatures on the next pack, but we'll see. I have plenty of the non-creature spells, so see how that goes. Yeah, no one wants those broken bonds. I get past a Hummerid. Slinvona is hilarious. It's an 8/8, and if you kick it for 10 mana, you bounce everything back to their hand except Merfolk, Krakens, Leviathans, and Octopuses. Ooh, Llanowar Elf. Perfect. Because I've also got Marwyn. Ooh, Hellar. She is Gruul colors, plus I need creatures. I want that Frenzied Rage for my little guy. Since I have one of these champions, this Jousting, now I gotta go with creatures. I need creatures. Goblin Barrage. Can get another Journey Mage. Thorn Elemental, 7/7, and it makes and damage. It can be 7 damage right to the face. So even if it was blocked, it won't fully be blocked. Twelve creatures. So I was saying earlier, Ixalan block. That's the set that we got into. Once I got back into, like, that was the first full set. And, ooh, there's another champion. So, I really like the style of Ixalan in that it was like dinosaurs and merfolk, vampires, the Sun Empire. And then I remember Dominaria. I believe at the Card Club we did a Dominaria draft. That was really cool. So many legendaries and such. The auto picker is sometimes extremely weird. It was about to, if I wasn't going to pick it fast enough, it was going to pick a white card for me, which I clearly don't have. So that's really weird sometimes that it doesn't quite know what to pick. Ooh, I got some gems. Alright, let's first of all, I'm gonna change the back over here. And we'll see what we've got. So, 15 creatures, 22 non-creatures. So I need to keep all the creatures. Let's see what we have. So Thorn Elemental, Fire Elemental, Siege Gang, Cyclops, Journey Mage, Keldon Overseer, Marwyn, Halar Champion, Sapperlings, Lance. Looks pretty fun. I haven't played this in a while, of course, but it looks fun. Okay, so big ideas of what could happen. Champion of Flame could get out of hand very, very well. It gets +2 for each aura or equipment. So I've got one equipment, kind of expensive, but I've got some auras. If I look over here, enchantments, auras, I got 2 auras. Got 1 equipment, so that's not enough that I would have loved for this champion to be amazing. I have 1 elf, which synergizes with Marwyn. I have to have Marwyn out first, then summon the Llanowar elf, but the Llanowar elf is for ramp. Arbor Armament puts a +1 on a creature. Impulse, look at the top, get a land or a creature. The Fury gains first strike, draw a card. Shivan Fire, Fervent Strike. Let me take out some of these first. Animus put +1 on a legendary. I don't have that many legendaries, right? Creature, Archer. This doesn't tell you how many legendary creatures you have. That needs to be an item there. Archer, Cyclops, Druid, Elemental, Elf, Goblin, Human, Warrior, Wizard. Doesn't tell you how many legendaries. The only legendaries that I have are Marwyn and Halar. So got way too many broken bonds. Oops. What did I remove? There's no undo. Can't undo the last thing that you did. Man, what did I remove on accident? Guess the Adventurous Impulse. Put it back for a moment. No, that wasn't there. There was something in... There was something in that slot. I think I removed 2 things. Well, maybe I didn't. So we have all those bonds. The Animus, the Impulse. Sapperling makes a bunch of Sapperlings for blockers and such. That Lance, I want that for the champion. And I got 2 champions, but we'll see. The Journey Mage, if I've got another wizard. Actually, if you control another, if I have another the same one, but anyway, I'm not going to remove creatures. Overseer, Grow from the Ashes, that's supposed to ramp me into big things. Marwyn is a mana dork. Halar, again, I'm not removing any creatures. When you cast a spell, if it was kicked, put a +1, then deals the damage, so I need to have some kicker things. Got those. I guess this Wild Onslaught, don't need. Intervention does 5 damage to a creature. Got 44 cards. So that champion, yeah, that Lance is a little too much. At least with that armament, that won't be such a puny 1/1. Well, let's give it a shot with 42 cards. With my unstable lands. let's give that a shot. Let's see how that goes. Dominaria draft. I don't know. It should tell you in the events how long they last. I'm not sure why it doesn't sometimes. But Shy Guy 768 is the opponent, and we both have these nice looking lands. This is like when you see someone that also has your it's like when you see that someone also has your same car. Right. Okay, then the third turn I'll be able to bring out Halar. Put a Frenzied Rage, and that'll be epic. Or maybe what I should do is put out my Gitu Journey Mage, because I've got 2 of them. I think that'll be safer, because they've also got red mana. I've only got 1 Halar, and it's pausing for them, so that probably is a Shivan Fire. Oh, it's Lightning Strike. Okay, well, they used it up that way, that's fine. Sure. Ah, man, that would have been my other Gitu right there, so... if this doesn't die, they might attack, and I can Arbor Armament 1. They could also pump something up. I have 1 white mana open. Is there anything in white? Alright, my mana is off, but guess we'll just go with Shock and Awe right here. That seems to be a 6/4 with Menace. That'll catch up, although they're going to be doing 5 damage to me. Okay, that's good. What do we do about that? Well, I think on my next... if that commander can live 1 more turn, I'll be able to ping that angel. But they're gonna dubstep it. Okay, 5 + 3 and a unicorn. Okay, that's fine. Target a creature. There we go. Actually, I'm not going to have enough freaking mana for this, right? I need... yeah, I'm not going to have enough mana for that. Okay, this is game over. If I had 1 more red mana, I would have been able to hit them with the goblins. But it just didn't turn out. Sky's Purple Haze is the opponent with a cool... it wasn't running okay because they already had lethal in the air, and the I had no way to remove that problem in the air, so there was no point. I don't think there was any point to pass. But at least here we get the first strike, so that means I can bring out that Sapperling Migration. This will be fun, putting a Frenzied Rage onto the Sapperling. It becomes a 3/2 with Menace. Double black. That probably means they have something good, so if I lose this Sapperling, that's fine. Yeah, that's a 3/2 Sapperling. What are they doing? Mono black? Probably not. They seem to be passing and stuck on 2 lands. Yeah, I guess I have to discard. Whoops. Ooh, there's Morrowind. That's what they're gonna torch. I guess we'll hold back because we don't need Morrowind to get wrecked. So when I get my 5th land, I'll be able to grow from the ashes kicked. Okay, yeah, they weren't getting anything good, so not fun for the opponent to get nothing. That's 1 victory. Got a lead, the Stampede. I just realized that rhymes. I never thought about that, but it rhymes. Okay, well, the next item comes up. Oh yeah, I said I was going to show over here your art. So the evil Goku. Wish there was a not zoomed in all the way. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, lots of evil energy. What are those items in the corner? Are those like shapeable, like putties or something to hold the paper? Do you do that when you draw so that the paper never moves, or do you do that like after you've drawn to hold it? Because for me, when I draw, I know that I often twist the paper around different angles because the natural movement of my own hand. I don't think for me, I would want it to be stuck down. Like when I do drawing on my laptop, I have a Wacom pen tablet, and the screen's always a certain way, so I have to tilt the tablet, but then it doesn't line up with the screen. It's blue tack to stop the paper from moving when you ink it. Oh, okay. Okay, so they probably don't have any kill spells, so let's see about ramping over here. Hopefully don't miss land drops. Playing triple colors. Must be nice. Okay, good. No land drop missing. Let's bring out a 4/4. If I get my next land, I can grow. Oops, Danitha is a good one. Draw on and off of cut glass, that way you don't hit any bumps. Draw on. Cut glass. Okay, let's go get a land. We're missing a land. I guess we'll get another red just to be safe. And bring another blocker. So if they don't equip Danitha or something, we'll be okay, but she's amazing. 2/2 first strike, lifelink, vigilance. For only 3 mana? Yeah, so if they equip her, we're in trouble. If I can equip my champion, they'll be in trouble. Knight of Grace. Protection from black. Okay, well, let's thin our deck a little bit then. Double red here. So I got a bunch of mana and they don't, but they have a good board presence. There we go, Skittering Surveyor. That'll let them get their next land. So let me read that again. You draw on and off cut of glass? I'm not sure if I fully get that. You mean an actual piece of glass that... So you have some glass And then you've got your drawings on top. I mean, below. So much mana, but nothing to do with it. It's a bit of glass. It's pretty fancy. I would usually use a piece of paper, but I guess that could possibly smudge more, right? The paper below. Okay, fire elemental, sure. Lana War Scout, okay. Marwyn. This was backwards, but I guess we'll start to whittle things down a little bit here. They'll have to double block that, which I'm fine. I know what, never mind. That was stupid. They're gonna double block with both of their first strikes, so that was completely stupid. Forgot about that. And what are they gonna get themselves? So there's a scratch or something on the table, it won't hit the glass. It's nice and smooth. Everyone loves the Girl from the Ashes kicked. So I'm going to need my fire spells to get rid of their actually, Halar will do her thing. Actually, it won't, because I still need... Whenever you cast a spell, if that spell is kicked, put a +1 counter on Halar. Then Halar deals 1 damage to the number of +1 counters on it to each opponent. Well, that's not very impressive. Okay, well... let's keep going. Yeah, it's close, you know, we're all trying to build up our board presence here. 23 versus 18 cards. Teferi, amazing. I don't think it matters what they bounce, really. I can just recast it. And they don't have any counterspell to hold up, I guess. And then an elf. Sure. Now, if I had left in my deck the... if I had left in my deck the... that one card that gave all my creatures plus counters. Now, eventually also Teferi has an amazing ultimate, right? -8. Yeah, so then there's the -8 on that. I deep freeze. To be honest, everyone, if we get to the Teferi minus ultimate, then this has got to be a concede, because they have then a an emblem, which are amazing. So let's see.
We need to move quickly.
We're on a 7. Time of Ice taps a creature. Is there no reason to keep this game going?
No time for a break.
Well, let's try the next one here. This was pretty grindy, and then they had all the cards that they needed, and they had a Planeswalker, and they had their first strike creature, so why waste time on that? Knock Knight is the next opponent, and at least they get to go first, so if everything works right, Marwyn will still missing Jaya. In real life cards, Jaya Ballard and Dominaria. That was pretty cool that they brought her back from the past. They brought her back from the good old days, Jaya Ballard, Task Mage. Remember all her cool flavor text back in the beginning? Like, she was the one that had the flavor text on, what was it called? Like Meteor Strike or something? It was an a red X spell in Ice Age or something. And the flavor text was something like, eeny, meeny, miny, oh, why not all of them? So that's fun. I think right here we can get out an elemental. And then maybe a second elemental. It's got haste, I guess. So we'll probably block the 5/4 with that 1/3 and then tap it to do its thing. Okay, we can do that too. Got 2 fire elementals hanging out, so if that goes unanswered, that's 10. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield, so they never had an extra land to do that, so cool art on that. Wayne Reynolds. Pretty vicious knife. You get caught in that, it's game over. Cyclop, sure. Leaving your defenses. Sheet and fire. Okay, they're gonna make a barbecue party, definitely. Oh, well, never mind. That I could have kicked it, I guess, but that's still the same result. So we have 4 lands, 5 lands, 1 Phoenix. And a mammoth spider. Okay. It's a pretty big spider. Ooh, I get to do one of those. Okay. Fine. Living the dream here. Yeah. And then they're like, okay, we got it. So... wow. That's how winning feels. So we go to the next level here. We're in the bronze tier. Very cool. At least it's 2 packs and 250 gems. So even though it's an old set, those packs are cool because they help you get to the wild cards. After this game, I got a couple comics to show here for fun. And here's another question. This one was from a couple days ago. Today was unusual because... Well, everyone's easy answer is because we're stuck at home. But what's your answer if you had to answer? Today was unusual because XYZ. What's your answer? Obviously not the obvious stay-at-home sort of thing answer, but what else would you say? Pretty cool land. They got the Garrick land on the Jumpstart event. Uh-oh. He's a 1-3, not good. So she's going to be unblockable. And other small things are also unblockable, but... Let's see, so... Guess I'll build a board presence right here. I could put that Frenzied Rage on Halar, and then that'll be a pretty beefy... that'll be a 5-4 with Menace. Okay, so that's 2 unblockable creatures, sure. They all can survive Shivan Fire. Actually, 5 mana in total, so this is what we want to do. We want to kick this. Here we go, that 4 damage, good, and then there we go, that's a good result. Then after that, Fire Elemental, I guess, or Frenzied Rage. Probably the Fire Elemental. They obviously hacked the system because no one can have 2 Tetsukos in one draft. And untaps itself. Sure, okay. I guess we'll set up for big creatures. So everything's unblockable, but they're only doing 1 point of damage. Are they gonna eventually set up like some big damage dealing effect or something? Okay, they're gonna hit me with 4. They're gonna untap 1 thing. Okay, so let's do this. Let's create 2 huge creatures. Well, many huge creatures. 2 huge creatures. 7/5 and a 6/5. That's lethal unless they block, which of course they will. Oh, I guess they lost their will to live, because yeah, you have all of these. You have Tetsuko, which makes your little creatures unblockable, but they're just little creatures unless you pump them up somehow. This is why you like draft. You never know what's gonna be thrown at you. Yeah. Part of draft, I believe, also is evaluating the situation in terms of probabilities of what could happen. But yeah, that's one of the draft. It's definitely a great mode because things, you know, at standard at the moment, everything is just like very stale at the moment. There's just the same decks over and over on the regular ladder. But yes, definitely on draft, things are different. Let me turn on the air condition. It's getting a little warm in here. So not a real pause. I'm just gonna step out over here to turn on the air conditioning. Getting a little too warm. We have all of these lights and monitors and such, so it gets a little warm. Oh yeah, I said I was going to show some comics before that. Okay, let's look at a couple comics here before we get back to the gameplay. So this comic just came out. This might look familiar to some people. This is Batman, The Adventures Continue. So if you watched Batman the Animated Series in the 90s, which was an amazing show, this is the continuation, the sequel of that series with modern artists and such, even though it's still close to the original Bruce Timm style of art. As we can see here, we've still got Paul Dini, who worked on the original cartoons. Burnett, I'm not sure, is that Alan Burnett? I haven't read this yet. And then we've got Ty Templeton and Kubina. You're a Batman fan. Very nice. So let's look at some other aspects here of the cover. We have all the classic. Okay, Batman fan, name all of the characters. Let me, I guess, fix my focus. But then challenge you to name all of the characters in that part of the cover. Let me get close right here. Right there. So you're a fan, not a nerd. Okay, so here we go. We have Killer Croc, Harley Quinn, the Riddler, the Phantasm, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, the Joker. Trying to do this backwards. Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, Deathstroke, and who's this last one right here? Oh, that's Man-Bat. So there we go. And then, of course, Batman right there. So this is issue number 1 of this brand new series that's coming out. Haven't read it yet, I just picked it up. And yep, got that. And here's one more, then we'll get back to some gameplay. So this one is interesting because it is sealed for your protection. For the children, think of the children. This is Faithless, Volume 2, Number 1, by Brian Azzarello and Maria Lovett. Variant cover by Tula Lotay. And this is one of these sealed comics that you have to protect, because if you look carefully, this says over here, Tula Lotay Connecting Erotica cover. So this is number 1. I think there's 5 issues in total eventually. They all connect together. They're all very sexy covers, and they're being sold like this with this cover to not see anything. However, I read reports that some were accidentally printed without the protective part right here, and you saw the whole thing, the whole adult thing on the shelves, and those are highly sought after by collectors because that's a printing mistake, and collectors love all that stuff. So on the back it also has I never paint dreams or nightmares, I paint my own reality, thus quoted by Frida Kahlo. what this series is about. It says, an erotic depiction of faith, sex, and the devil in the tradition of the Divine Comedy, suggested for mature readers. So it's volume 2. It's about a character that goes over to Italy, and she has an affair with another couple, and she does stuff. So this is volume 2 of that, and I never got a hold of volume 1. They all sold out, I guess. So volume 2 is coming out, and I got the more rare, mature, grown-up cover that I probably will open it because I want to read it, of course. But this is the variant cover that it's all for your protection. Now I don't know why they have this. You know, the plastic to open it should be in the back. This is the back of the comic because of the barcode. But it looks weird that, why do they have like rip it open right here? If the collectors, if people want to actually collect this, look, it's kind of open, I can put my finger there. This should be on the back. But yep, these are the 2 comics. I got one more, but I'll show it on the next break. There's a couple of comics at the moment that I picked up recently. The Batman comic that is great nostalgia if you watch the series back in the 90s. The other one is a very mature comic book, rated TV, MA, NC-17, etc. And it's the variant cover. I also did the comic book. I did the comic book, my comic book live show this morning. Trying that out again at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. Talking about comic books. This is way too slow. Adequate, but not really. Okay, so not until turn 3 am I gonna get. Well, I'm dealing with a red player. Guess what I'll need to do is. Marwin is only a 1/1, and you can easily have a Shivan Fire. They're playing black-red. Yeah, amazing. Okay, well, just gonna keep holding back until something happens. At least I am ahead in terms of being able to drop my mana. Tanimura is my opponent, with amazing Chandra lands. Yeah, what is my opponent up to? Okay. Let's see if they fall for this. They probably won't. 3. If you paid 7 in total, you can kick this, but let's see if they fall for this. Maybe they think I did it on accident. They're looking at my lands like, what do you have open? What can you do with 1 green mana? That's what I can do. But then their Shivan Fire will wreck that. So, ooh, they're playing oh no, never mind. I was gonna say they're playing 3 colors, but that's just the Liliana land. Alright, for lands, they could eventually, well, they could eventually bring that. Okay, that's what I need. Now right here, they could have, they probably have a Shivan Fire or something. Or maybe a combat trick with that one red mana. Yeah, they have a combat trick. That one red mana is probably that Sure Strike or something. Fervent Strike. So we'll grow from the ashes. Do they have enough to use? Yeah, they only need 3. All that sound and fury to do nothing. Amazing. Alright, let's see if it's worth it to have our little 1/1 out. Guess they're gonna crack their memorial, bring back their giant, but they don't have enough to cast it. And I'm gonna need something like my elemental. Am I gonna get my elemental? We're gonna do one of those, sure. That is not what I needed, but at least Marwyn will get a little bigger. So next turn it will draw them 2 cards. And I get back their ogre giant guy thing. Got an elemental. At least I'll be able to block that for 4. We'll trade. So we're gonna trade on that, unless they have that like fervent strike again. Is it really taking them that long to go through all of their steps? Wow. Okay, well, let's grab our prizes. That's 2 packs, which will get me to my wild cards plus 1,000. I think I only paid like $750 or something. And no, there's no way to turn it around. That's why it's done. Anyway, so what do we get here? So we got a wild card right there. Very nice. A Steel Leaf Champion. I remember that one. Remember that whole set of triple color in Dominaria? the triple green Steel Leaf Champion, the triple green Shade whatever, the triple white, and I mean the triple black Shade, the triple white Benelish Commander or whatever. All of them had like a really cool triple color in Dominaria. And then next up, another wild card, very nice. Daring Archaeologist. Just seeing what all of the modes are at the moment. They have these modes that, like, I swear people don't play, like traditional historic event and standard event. Like, these are the ones that I think are just so long forgotten, like pay 500 to play any standard deck, and then the prizes, fight with fire. Which one was that? So it's not until you get to the 4th win that you recoup, and you're just gonna get uncommons. So if you go completely, you win 1,000. You pay 500 and you win 1,000, and then 2 rares. And then the other type of event, similar to that, traditional historic, that one costs 1,000. Best of 3. 3 uncommons for playing once at least. So 2,000 gold plus some rares. Just to change things up, I'm ragging on this event, and here I'm just gonna try it. It's not yeah. Well, I'm just gonna give it a try. Like I said, I don't know how many people are actually playing this event. It would be great to see the numbers of things. It's a red Dominaria card, does 5 damage, or kicks for 6 and does 10 divided. This is the event that's kind of like there behind the scenes all the time, unless you actually go look. It's there all the time. It's not a special event, but it's just there. It's a historic. It's the historic best of 3 event. So let's see what kind of tryhards we're playing against in this mode here. Okay, we're getting mono red goblins. So that is a good deck, but I don't know why people like if you're gonna play like one of these hardcore decks, play the ladder. Now, of course, I've got an opponent that could destroy my artifacts, but we'll see what happens. I got 2 of these shards. That's cool. What's the best way here? What's the best play? I'll be able to Cleansing Nova creatures soon. The opponent doesn't realize that they can tap their spear. I guess they're going to wait for the big brain play of doing it at the end of the turn. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I'm going to do those shenanigans. They're going to pass the turn, so that's probably a counter spell. Are they going to counter spell my Power Stone? Probably. Oh, maybe not. Okay, well, Cleansing Nova. How much mana do I have anyway? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 mana. If it can come back to me on my next turn, I can Ulamog, and even if they counterspell me, I'll just wreck their lands. So hopefully, okay, it's not so bad. I can live with 3 damage. Alright. Come on, next turn. Got a shock, okay. Getting it pretty good. Got any more? Incinerate. Okay, I guess I've got to wreck that. Fine. And a spear. Okay. Let's, well, I guess it's gonna be better to just do this. And then Ulamog. Oh man, that's got haste, right? Okay. And then a final thing. Okay, can they escape that? Yeah, they would be able to escape it. Let's see if they don't just rage quit at this point. Anyway, those got exiled. Never mind. That. There we go. Okay. That, Cleansing Nova or whatever. So I have a version of this deck in mono green, but like I said earlier, this one's actually defensive because when you get aggroed like that, I don't think the green deck works as well. So what are they? What are they? They're obviously going to sideboard in a bunch of artifact removal, or even more aggro, or more counter spells. They're probably going to counterspell everything that I do, so let's see how that goes. Okay. So we can Guardian Idol, then Hedron, Shatter, Ugin. Double mana on that. Okay, next turn, Hedron. I can Shatter. If I can Hedron that. How much is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 7. Light up the stage. 2 lands, okay. What else? I guess Ugin here, and then exile that, but then they'll probably just torch it, which I guess I can live with. Never mind, that's a counter spell. Lightning strike to the face, and then 1 shock to my Ugin. I guess, okay. Robber, fine. So that steals my mana rock. Ooh, that's okay. I can do that. Is that going to survive? Are we gonna go into a counter spell? What's the redeem thing? You get points as you hang out on the stream, and then eventually when you get enough points you can redeem for Magic Arena codes, and then those codes will unlock cards for you on Magic Arena. You can do... Actually, hold on just a moment here. Let me finish this. Oh man, wait, I don't want to count. I want a plus instead. That'll do it too. If you do exclamation point points, yeah, just like that exactly. If you do exclamation point points, you can see how many points you have. And then, so Mark, you've got 10,000 points. Should have told you, sorry. I should have told you, definitely. Light up the stage, whatevs. Toad, you have 25 so far, but don't worry, you can get them out pretty fast by hanging out and chatting. By hanging out and also by chatting, you'll get points. Ugin's at 11. Oh, snap. And Bradford Lee is done. Okay. Yes, that's those are courtesy of Wizards of the Coast. I'm part of the Wizards creator program, and they give me a bunch of cool challenges and such, and when I complete these challenges I get rewards for you, the viewers. That reminds me, we should go look at what are the current challenges over here, right? Maybe there's a challenge that I already completed and I didn't even notice. So let's look at what are the challenges. That's weird. No upcoming challenges. Is there some sort of bug or something? We have no active challenges, no upcoming. Weird. I have, oh yeah, so I did these previous challenges. Okay, that's weird that there's no challenges at the moment, but okay, I guess we did them. Remember that one where I had to draw ever try Historic Brawl? Yes, definitely. The problem, of course, is that you can't play Historic Brawl very often unless anyone is out there that you want a 1v1. Am I getting challenged? I've got a Historic Brawl deck, if anyone is game, and yeah, I like Brawl, definitely, and I have Historic Brawl decks, but you hardly get to play them because you'll challenge. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's do a Historic Brawl challenge. No peeking on the screen. You can still listen in, but if you'd like, yeah, if you want to do a challenge. Are you ready for that? I'm ready to go. I can send you the challenge right now. I've got a Historic Brawl deck that might be fun. So as Magic players, we always want more and more. Like I want to have the historic I want to have the historic Brawl available 24/7. We have the regular Brawl, and we have a bunch of other modes, of course, but the historic Brawl would be nice to be able to play on a regular basis, and obviously with all of our friends. Ooh, Riel is a good one actually, so we're gonna see a lot of shenanigans in this deck, unfortunately, but we'll try to survive. So Riel is all about casting and recasting your spells. As soon as you set yourself up, yeah, that'll be cool. Can't wait for that. Oops, forgot to do the good game sort of greeting. So okay, we got 1 red mana. What shenanigans are we gonna get? Oops, that's a shock in hand. Oh no, never mind. That's a Frostveil Ambush. Definitely gotta slowly get back into Magic Arena. Definitely, I would check that out as much as possible. Ooh, the Probable Alliance is very good. Do not want. That is definitely gonna do amazing shenanigans. Very amazing shenanigans. So what do we want to do here? 3 mana in total. And first we want to attack, of course. And there probably isn't a counter spell here, although there's plenty of 2 mana counter spells such as negate. And that'll create a fairy. Ooh, Thrill of Pos. Okay, I'll live with that. Ooh, that was an Ugin in hand. Fun. Sure. So that's scary. He had an Ugin in hand, and okay, so got a lot of green mana, a lot of blue mana going on. Gain a little life. First strike, lifelink, vigilance. Pretty epic. Let's bring in a flyer. So I saw some cycling, getting a rewind, that's a good one. And I guess... Okay, so there's plenty of blue mana available right here. Ooh, okay, Riel is on the prowl. She's already a 3/3. How does that even happen? Let's bring out this tome. It's got tramps. No blocks, eh? Do not like that huge grip of... Uh-oh, that's enough for an Ugin. That's enough for an... I mean, not an Ugin, that's enough for a Niv Mizzet. If I add 2, because I need to get rid of that Improbable Alliance, so I can never do the math properly on these X spells. It's double X. Okay, there we go. So, next... Let's see here. What does this thing even have now? Menace. So this Crystalline Giant has First Strike, Lifelink, Menace, Trample, Vigilance. Sublime Epiphany. Return a non-land permanent and draw a card. Pretty good. That goes back to my hand, but my Ozolith gets all those things. My Ozolith has First Strike, so that's funny. So my Ozolith is keeping it safe. Alright, what do we do here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana in total. I should probably pop... Ooh, Thassa's Oracle, that's a good one. I should probably pop my Maze Mind Tome. Actually, wait a minute here. Okay, we'll do it this way. Okay, let's do this. Let's get a better top. I like that. Let's cast this. Discard a card. Yep, forgot about that, but I guess. So bring that out. Move all counters, yep. Let's move that right over there. Got a cycled lava serpent, sure. That creates one of those. Okay. What else? Okay, I guess I'm gonna go for it over here. And that resolves. Okay. So I think that is what I'm more worried about. Unless it can get hexproofed. Nope, get cycled. Okay. One final activation off of that. Oh no, it doesn't count actually. So... I'm totally out of cards. While Toad Boy's got 1,000,000 cards, 2,000,000 mana, and I'm about to get shocked with my Ugin or something. What else? Good game. Well, I was completely worried about counterspells wrecking my plan, but you made a mistake. Whoops, what happened? Did you play things out of order? I know that you've got to play, you have 4 counterspells, but I guess just playing them in the right order maybe? I tried to bait out, put things out in bait and such a few times, so that's mass manipulation. Oh no, do not want. But that's a whole lot of mana. But you know, you would have been able to grab my Ugin. That'd be cool. So played a guild gate, not an island. Oh yeah. That's exactly it. That's it. That would have been the mass manipulation to be able to grab a bunch of things, but you put out the tapped land instead of a non-tapped land, and you have the island in hand. Wow. Yep. That's I was worried about a Niv Mizzet at the 6 cost and such, but mass manipulation's even worse. That was definitely intense. Yep. Go again. Yeah, no problem. Do you want a rematch or a different deck and such? Whatever sounds good. And you don't play Niv Mizzet in there. Oh, interesting. You know, that one's often a game ender in Izzet decks. It can be so oppressive. But of course it dies to removal, but it's really good. Alright, let me switch to a different deck. This is the one that deck that I just played. You know, we didn't do rule 0. I apologize. We didn't set expectations of what our game should have been. I went directly to my try-hard deck, although obviously there's many ways for it to fail. I think I got a very good opening hand with the Crystal Giant and the Ozolith. But we should have set expectations of what games to play. I'm going to play with a less powerful one, I think. I'm always bad at... It was fair. Yeah, I didn't do my ramp. This has massive ramp, but it just didn't work. I didn't get any of my ramp spells, actually, so it was a long game. But I'm going to go with more of this other, more fun deck that I'm still trying to figure out. And we'll see how this one goes. You needed onboard answers and didn't get them. Yeah, I definitely don't like that when I know that I've got stuff in the deck. So let's see how this goes. So good luck. Good luck on that. Let's see how that goes. How does that quote from Rocky Horror Picture Show go? The anticipation. Okay, let's scry into something. Okay, that's 4 mana. Four mana, double blue. Convolute. Alright, what else? Now, pro tip, never cast spells when your Izzet opponent passes back to you with blue sources. So I do have a Liliana Planeswalker and a Liliana's Devotee and all of that good stuff. So that took out my Bolus's Citadel, Evolving Wilds, 4 in hand. There we go. Oh, I guess not. Never mind. Tails end on that. Okay, well, at least I can cast her again pretty easily. Possibly. With my Lotus Field. So at least we're not dealing with that one enchantment that makes fairies when you cast non-creatures, because all of those counter spells would have made a whole bunch of fairies. Riel, but still plenty of mana to protect. So let's try to take her out. Fairies tutelage is a good one. Got some permanent milling going on, so that's going to be very rough. Oh, I need my Pyrrhica's Libation. Mana Geode.
Ruining your day is going to feel great.
Thassa's Oracle. Ooh, dropped in Ugin. Again? Huh. You were at 6-7. You needed 2 more mana for that Ugin. Oops, what did I get? What did I get wrecked? Ooh, there's my other Liliana. Okay. Storm's Wrath.
I don't love.
Sure. I guess one of these.
You're doing things my way.
Alright, so what are we going to deal with here? Kinda hate to do that, but I need to clear the board. What am I at? 33 cards. Opt, okay. Bottomed it. Real is at 7. Okay, another life, why not? It doesn't even matter.
I really don't care about your plans.
Real at 9. Four cards. So it might be hard to bring Riel back from the grave anymore. That is 7, 8, 9. That's 9 mana. Now if I ever got to Liliana... Oh, that's actually... There we go again. That's 9 again. Okay. Impressive.
Sorry for your loss.
16 cards. Oops, I'm getting good gamed, so that probably means something. He got his mass manipulation or some amazing card. There's that mass manipulation, so I guess there's not too much point in continuing.
I've no interest in fighting fair.
Yeah, that was a good game right there. That mass manipulation that came in at the last minute to take my stuff right there. I was totally... Good game. I was totally making that discard action happen and then top deck the mass manipulation, and that of course then that definitely would turn it around. And then I top decked the land, so it was just no point in me continuing. You had the full board presence, so losing a turn by pulling a land from the top was just no way to continue on that. Yeah, I definitely... Was that the same deck or a different deck? This one definitely felt more mill than the other time, or maybe the deck can do multiple things. But the other one felt more like spells to make a bunch of fairies and so forth. You are good at this game. I try. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Want to do another one? Let's try another deck. It's a counter control. Let's see, do I want to try the same deck? I might do the same deck again. I'm just trying to... Do I want the same deck? Let's try this one. This one's kind of dumb. Let's see how this one goes. Made it once. You made it where once you were going, you can counter every turn exactly. When it all comes together, it definitely does its thing. When you have that mass of cards and counter spells, it works great. Hey, the little cat's here. Wants attention. Maybe I'll get him on the camera in a moment. Okay. I hate to 2-for-1 that, but she'll definitely get out of hand. Chromatic Lantern, very nice. No more mana issues. Happening Snare. Let's see here. So that's a lot of mana, and it's all with the Chromatic Lantern, so that's nice. We have 1 free mana. Man, I'm getting mana screwed, so I don't think I'm gonna make it. Toad Boy is way too strong in Is It colors. I missed the land drop. They have their commander out. I don't think there's a way to turn this one around. Let's see. Yep. I need, that was a lot of card draw, so now this does block. He has 3 mana open. What's the game plan here? Whoops, was there a network timeout? A network disconnect? Yep, there's that network. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to if you're still on the chat there, I'm gonna try to restart this, because when that network connection error happens, it's basically I gotta restart the whole thing, and it's just funny how the startup process takes a little while. So let's see if I can get back into the game here. Just let's hold on a moment. Today's been some weird network connections. Usually never happens. Okay, something's going on. Hopefully I didn't lose my turn. Here we go, here we go. Okay, back to me. There we go. Okay, we got it. Now there are 3 open mana, 3 blue mana open, so we gotta get rid of some of those counters. Oh, I guess not. Okay. Well, was a bad timing for that error, definitely. Okay, so what are we doing? We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana in total. And there's a mass manipulation there.
Come to me.
Well, at least there's only one mass manipulation to worry about, so... What else is there? There's like that one other control magic. There's that other control magic spell. Well, if I'm getting good gamed, I guess that means that's the end of the game, so usually it's customary to... it's customary that when you good game someone, it means it's actually over, so okay, I guess it's over. Good game on that. So yeah, those were some brawl matches right there, and as you can see, there's such a variety of ways to play, and the cool thing about brawl is that you can have the final ultimate spell, and it's just such a variety of amazing cards to play. So I'm gonna get back to the to this historic thing. Let's see how that's going along. It looks like not a lot of people are playing this mode here, so it's taking a moment. Usually these queues are filled up right away. It might be another network error, so who knows. But to be completely honest, when you good game someone, I usually do think that when those are GGs, it's more like the game's over. So I didn't see much of a reason to continue if I was getting the tap out, like, well, you know, I've got it all locked down. Just like you had said, my hand's insane. You know, I don't know. I just didn't think there was much point in continuing if you had it all locked down. But yeah, that deck, when it comes together, it's obviously works. Izzet colors are pretty good. Alright, so the opponent is doing the classic the opponent here is doing the classic Curious Obsession combo. Exactly, you had the lock, so there wasn't much point in trying to go forward. Okay, so what are they going to have here? They're playing mono blue, drawing cards. They're probably going to counterspell, but let's see if we can get this tamer out of the way here. Guess we'll try it again next turn. So... yeah, I probably have a bunch of counter spells here. That's all you need with this deck. And I'm just gonna keep drawing into good things, so I probably just need to restart that. So the opponent's got some very good I saw a tweet earlier today. Let me pull up this tweet right here. So August 1st is Spider-Man Day, because the first appearance of Spider-Man from Amazing Fantasy 15 is cover dated as Amazing Fantasy 15, the first appearance of Spider-Man, is cover dated of August 1962. So they count that as Spider-Man Day. So I kind of didn't know about it, but then Twitter was all about it. And I had to put my photo right here when I was at San Diego Comic-Con, right next to Spider-Man's first appearance. That comic book right there that I'm standing next to is probably worth $100,000. So that's a classic. 1962, so August 1962. Now the thing about comics, however, is that the date on the cover is different than when it actually premieres. So August, three months is the difference. So I'm gonna have so much fun right here, shattering the sky. But anyway, the 3 months in advance. So if I get my comic book today in July, August, September. September is the September is when it actually debuts. So it's 3 months difference. Okay, let's at least do a little damage over here. And then try it this way. There's another Sarah Ascendant. Yep. Eventually what I'm trying to do here is get to Ulamog. I'm a little far from it. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's 10. If I can survive one more. All right. So it looks like they're, yeah, and you can already unlock them at at 100, I believe. Well, I guess what we've got to do here is go for it. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That creates a creature. I doubt they'll double block. Okay, I can live with that. Actually, that's even way better. That is a way better block. Sure. That's a thing you can do. Now all I need to do is survive a little bit more. Yep, that's game over right there. Alright, so let's try the next round over here. You use them right there directly on the chat. You do the command that's listed right there in the chat. I can't fully spell it out, but it's right there in the description of the chat. It's the exclamation point, what is it? Exclamation point redeem space mtga code, I believe. Then there's a link that you follow and stuff, and then that's going to the redemption. So what time zone are you in anyway, Toad Boy? We've got Stevie over here in local San Diego time zone with me. We've got Mark in New Zealand time zone. Gabe is also here in San Diego. Who else have we had? Evil Rick, he's over, I think he's in Melbourne. Ashley, she's in the East Coast. Who else comes by? I think Indiana. Eastern, yep, that's Eastern time. Very nice, so that's 2 hours ahead. It's already 2 in the morning for you. So this White Weenie aggro deck of theirs is pretty good. And I don't think I got a very good hand here. Didn't get my big old cards, but I get to go first, so that'll be good. 3 in the morning. Alright, so what they're going to do here is they're going to perfectly on curve. They're going to go into next turn. I bet you they're going to get their Heliod. Let's see here. Did they perfectly mulligan into a Heliod? Yes, of course they did. So everything is amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 mana for my Ugin. So I guess what we want to do here we'll build up a little bit of a base here. We're like 1 time away from being in another time zone. Oh, that's interesting. Well, actually, that's a lot of mana right there. That's 10 mana for my Ulamog. So Linden, that's pretty amazing. That's ready to attack. Okay, fine. So actually, I'm not going to be able to get my Ulamog. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess I do have enough. It's you need a space. Redeem space mtga code. Alright, so what are you going to do here? Sure, okay. Well, all of it gets attached before it even attacks, so fine. Sure. Isn't your Sarah... Shouldn't you have also pumped up your Sarah Ascendant? It's exclamation point redeem and then a space and then mtga code. So that's going to be 6, 10, 14. That's 14 damage. There you go. You got your redemption code right there. Just follow that link right there. And then you got your stuff. So It's pretty impressive that the opponent got all of their stuff working perfectly. So that's a very efficient deck, and the white weenie aspect of it all worked very well for them. So GG to the opponent on that. And let's claim that prize. Oops, I forgot. Yeah, that happened so fast, it's like I didn't even see. What was the prize? I didn't even see what the prize was. Let me just see the prize one more time. 500 gold and 3 cards. Why didn't... That's weird. Shouldn't it have popped up and told me what I won? Okay, weird. And, see, how long have I been streaming? Three hours. I just went into 3 hours, so it might be good time to wrap up. And yeah, that might be good. So I think after 3 hours of streaming, it's midnight for me, so it might be a good time to wrap up. So we'll show one more comic right here. I just got this one. In the history, so Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, and my favorite comic book. And in the history of Marvel Comics, there are many in the history of Spider-Man comics, there are many comics that are like the Holy Grail books, which are books that you want because of a variety of factors. So here's one that I just got off of eBay that I never thought I'd have. And I have Amazing Spider-Man number 194, the first appearance of the Black Cat. So it's from 1979. Does it say a month? Doesn't say. Oh, it's from the 7th month. What month is that? July? Yeah, so July 1974, 40 cents. Look at that on the corner right there, 40 cents. Marvel Comics Group, featuring a startling new villainess. There she is, about to get Spider-Man from the back. Never let the Black Cat cross your path. So the first appearance of Black Cat, Felicia Hardy. This book is special in a variety of ways. It is, again, the first appearance of Black Cat. And it is actually also, if you notice right here in the barcode, so comic books starting in the 70s started to have barcodes. These barcodes mean there's a, see how there's like a 07? That's the month. So this is from July 1979. The interesting things, like I said, it's the first appearance of Black Cat. Also, this cover is an alternate cover. The original cover was too sexy, and a different artist had to redraw it. And this is the iconic cover that it is nowadays. The other sexy cover was recently published, actually, after 40 years. They published it as a variant cover. I can pull it up online. It's not so sexy that I can't show you, but the people thought that it was, or the editor thought it was too sexy. So this is an alternate cover that made it. Interestingly, the very first Spider-Man book that I showed over here also, that was a variant cover. Steve Ditko drew the first cover, but then they didn't like it, so Jack Kirby did the other one. Okay, and the other interesting thing about this is the barcode. See how it's crossed out? So this means that this was a this was a comic sold in a comic shop. And comic shops didn't always exist. Comics used to be sold at the newsstand. You'd go get a newspaper, you'd go get another magazine at the newsstand, and there'd be comics. So comics with a barcode mean that they were sold at the newsstand. Comics with a crossed out barcode means that they were sold at comic shops. Because the way the newsstand works is a newsstand owner would buy, 50 copies of a comic, and whichever one's... So the newsstand has to buy them from Marvel. This is worth 40 cents, but let's say they buy it for 20 cents. And so they sell it for 40 cents. Now, any ones that don't sell, they can return back to Marvel, and Marvel will reimburse them if it was a newsstand comic. So the problem with newsstand is they would often get damaged, they would come late, someone that wanted it this month, it wouldn't arrive until next month. There's a whole thing about the newsstand. So a group of people said, let's make comic shops, and we will buy the books, but we will have the contract where we don't have to return them. So that was the direct market. That was the newsstand. That was the direct market. That was comic shops. So in order for people not to fraud the system, they would cross out the barcode that says this does not go on a newsstand. It goes sold at a comic shop. So this is interesting. This particular comic that I'm holding is interesting and valuable for various reasons. It's the first appearance of Black Cat. It is a variant cover that they thought was too sexy. And it is a comic shop version, which in 1979, comic shops were more rare. It used to be that newsstands where everyone got comics, and then little by little that started to decrease because then people started to get comics at comic shops. So that started to increase in the 80s. By the 90s, most people were buying comics at comic shops, and newsstand comics were very rare to find. They were still publishing comics on the newsstand all the way until like 2 years ago. You could still buy them at Barnes & Noble. But then they finally stopped there. So in the 2000s, finding a newsstand copy of a comic was like, wow, that's rare and valuable and so forth. In the 80s, in the 70s, finding a comic shop version of a comic was like, wow, that's the rare one. That's the one that's not too common, because comic shops were not too common in 1979. So I finally got this book. I actually bought it from someone selling it in Canada. It took forever to arrive. I was getting scared. I just got it, I think, yesterday. I haven't finished reading it. But, yep, just wanted to share that as we wrap up. As you know, I do Magic streams, but I also do comic book streams. And so Saturday nights I do Magic, Saturday mornings I do comic books. And yep, so learning about barcodes and all of that, and I got this book right here. I'm very happy with it. I want to get these like special cases that really shows it off. Right now it's just on a regular bag and board, but I want to get the special case to put it right here and make it look nice. That'll look nice on the stream, right? First appearance of Black Cat. Okay, everyone, well, thanks again so much for coming to hang out and being here on the stream and playing some Magic. Thanks for the games, the 1v1. Stevie, you've got to get your arena working again, and we got to do some one-on-ones. Oh, we were going to take a quick look, one more quick look at something. We were going to take a quick look at the sets that you said you haven't played recently. Let's switch over here. The recent sets. So, you said you haven't played since when? You said earlier, which are the ones you need to catch up on? This list lists too many of them. Actually, let me go over here. Gamepedia, Magic expansions. That other set lists other stuff that's even beyond the regular set, so we'll look at it this way. A lot of Magic sets. Since we went to the sneak peek in April, okay, that was What was the set in April? That was Ikoria. No, I think we went to the sneak peek in January. Yeah, Theros was in January. So if you go back right here, Theros. So Theros was January. That's the last pre-release that we went to. Then after that, there was Unsanctioned, which is kind of different than a regular set. You know, you don't buy extra boosters, you just buy Unsanctioned. So we wouldn't count that one. There was Mystery Booster, which again, that doesn't really count. That was like a special set. Here we go. So Ikoria. After Theros was Ikoria. A bunch of monsters, Godzilla creatures, Godzilla lands, mutate, all that fun stuff. So that was that. After that came Core Set 21. So that's just a bunch of core set cards and reprints of things. Yeah, so those are the two main sets. There's been supplemental sets, but those are the two main sets since you last got cards. Ikoria, about monsters and stuff, and then Core Set 21, you know, random reprints and such. So not too much. If you were looking at every single thing that came out, there were Commander cards, there was Jumpstart, there was Secret Lair, Challenger decks, etc. You're only missing... There's something go. No, you're missing Ikoria and Core Set 21. You got the Theros cards during the sneak peek, and then Ikoria came later, and then Core Set 21. So what about yourself, Toad Boy? Did you get have you had a chance to go to any real life Magic pre-releases recently? And Mark, I know you've also gone to some pre-releases since New Zealand has been able to get this coronavirus under control. So you said you went to the Core Set 21 pre-release, didn't you? Mark, you said that you showed some photos and stuff on the Discord, didn't you? Yeah, you said you placed first. You used, what deck did you say you did well with? Trying to remember, but yeah, so the next set that comes out in a couple of months is Zendikar Rising. So a return to Zendikar. Return to Zendikar. You went with green-red. Okay, very nice. Okay, everyone. Well, I guess this will be the real adieu, unless any other thoughts pop up. You have to get into yeah, Zendikar Rising. It'll be the third return to Zendikar because we also obviously had Zendikar block. What sets were in original Zendikar? There was Zendikar, World Wake, and Rise of the Eldrazi. Original Zendikar, right? Then we had Battle for Zendikar. Battle for Zendikar something, and then Oath of the Gatewatch? Or was it Battle for Zendikar, Oath of the Gatewatch, and then something? I think Oath was the third set, wasn't it? Battle for Zendikar, something, and then Oath of the Gatewatch. And then we're getting back to the new Theros for the third time. Zendikar Rising. So we can use the magic of technology to look it up right here. So after Battle for Zendikar, was Oath of the Gatewatch. Oh, is that right? Were there only 2? Yeah, there were. Oh, never mind. That there were only 2. That's when they changed to their 2-set model. Yeah. That's when they changed to their 2-set model, because before that was Fate Reforged. That was the last 3-set model. Khans of Tarkir, Fate Reforged, Dragons of Tarkir. That was the last time they had the 3 sets. Then they went to 2 sets. Battle for Zendikar, Oath of the Gatewatch. That's it. Because then after that, they went to Shadows over Innistrad. So the first return to Innistrad. Eldritch Moon. When I got back into Magic in 2017, my local card shop was giving away land packs. And they gave me a bunch of the Shadows over Innistrad lands. So I have like a soft spot in my heart for Eldritch Moon lands, because all of my first decks when I got back into Magic were using those lands. Those spooky, spooky lands. Then we went to Kaladesh block, so Kaladesh Aether Revolt. Then we went to Amonkhet block, Amonkhet Hour of Devastation. That's when I got back into Magic. August-ish 2017. Hey, August 2017, we're now in... No, July 2017. We're now in August, so that's 3 years. That's 3 years that I've been back into Magic. On the one hand, it doesn't seem that long, and on the other hand, it does seem a while, because there's just so many Magic sets. But that's when I start counting my return to Magic, Hour of Devastation. Sometime in late July or early August or something is when I got into it. So the set was already out. I saw people tweeting hashtag mtgacode. You know, that was the initials for Hour of Devastation. And then it was the first set that I completed, and then I got the gods, and I got the Nicol Bolas Planeswalker, and it's like, yeah, I'm totally hooked. And now that I'm a grown adult, I can buy these cards that I couldn't back in the day. It's been 3 years since you got back into it. Yeah, I remember when I was asking on the Discord, does anyone play Magic? And I don't think we knew each other, and you were already challenging me. You were already challenging me, Stevie, about like, yeah, we'll see you here in 223. Bring it. I don't remember the exact quotes, but I remember, who's this person that is challenging me to Magic? And I just got back into Magic, and I'm just a noob, and someone's gonna wreck me. And then that's when you had your monk deck, right? All of the I don't think we had. No, if we look at the timeline here, well, maybe that might make sense, because Ixalan came out in September. That would make sense, because the school year had already started by then, so maybe. Yeah, maybe for like a couple of months I was like thinking of who can I play with. And then I asked on the Discord, and then you were right there. You wish you were. So, Ixalan block. That was always cool. Then Unstable came out before Rivals of Ixalan. Masters 25. Dominaria. Dominaria was back in April 2018. So that was 2 years ago. You know, we're having this flashback on Arena right now about like, you know, play it. When Dominaria was first in Arena, it was only robot drafts. So this is the first time that you get to play with real people. So I should have seen about trying to play Ixalan with real people, but it just wasn't on my agenda, I guess. That monk deck definitely. You can get over there. You challenge you guys to some old school play. Yes, I'm gonna bring out my Sinkholes, Hymn to Torox, Icequakes, Hypnotic Specters. You might be seeing a pattern there. Demonic Tutors. And Phyrexian Obliterator. So, the oops, you're looking forward to that day. Yes, when we all take a trip to San Diego Comic-Con and enjoy the sights and the sounds of San Diego Comic-Con. Okay, probably for real this time, we'll wrap it up. Once again, thanks everyone for coming to hang out. It's really cool when you're all here and we play some games and all of that. And Pirates is not old school. We're talking about old school in the 90s, before you were born, Stevie, before you were born. We're talking about cards that haven't been printed in 27 years. It won't happen to see the kids keep you broke. That's how it is, you know. Remember on The Simpsons when they scanned Maggie in the checkout stand? If you see the price, that was supposedly the price of raising a child to the age of 18, and it's like $78,000. So yep, time flies. But that's how that goes. So yep, thanks everyone. See you next time. Don't forget to check out the YouTube stuff. There's a new video coming out on Monday. The podcast came out this Friday. Hope you listen to that. Give that a thumbs up, like, whatever, etc. Thanks for hanging out. This has been VM Campos, and I'll see you next time.